were the women that you knew, your mother and your aunts, were they educated?
Oh, yes.
And
well educated. They had high school, and some of them, they went to different schools like they learned to cook, to sew, to clean, to get household jobs and things. How do you call it? Finishing school. I don't think they were all very finished. But they were all good housewives, good housekeepers. They were thrifty, and they were loving, all of them.
And they were all literate as well.
Oh yes, oh yes. I didn't know anybody illiterate in my country, only one man. I don't think he was illiterate because he was suing everybody and anybody, and he was always his own lawyer. But he pretend he cannot write or read.
Now, you were born before World War II.
Yes.
And so you lived in Czechoslovakia. And I wondered if you could try and paint for us the world before 1939 in your country.
The constitution of our country took for a model the Constitution of the United States. And we were very prosperous. And I didn't know it, only Dr. Sterčo in his research, he told me that at that time Czechoslovakia was on the second place. First place was Sweden, not Spain, not Switzerland. And Czechoslovakia was second, economically.
Okay, so its economy was that prosperous.
Oh yes,
okay.
Because we had every possible industry, and coal mines and silver mines and gold mines and cars industry. In fact, Tatra, no, this was Škoda. Škoda factory for cars was the best, the biggest in the world. Even bigger than here in the United States.
And your family was prosperous as well?
Well, let's say we were middle class. We were not rich, but we were comfortable.
What did your father do?
He worked for the government. And mother did nothing.
Oh, I bet she was busy.
Oh, with 2 kids.
How old were you in 1939?
1939, I was 13.
Tell us about that. Do you remember?
Oh, very vividly. Because this was 1938 already, when the Germans occupied part of the country and the Poles part of the country, and at night we heard cannons, and father was not at home, and mother put my father's fur coat on my brother and something on me, and put a feather bed in a linen, and we left.
You left your home?
Yes. Didn't even lock because he didn't have any sense. And we went to Novi Ichin hoping that we will settle down. But Hitler decided to go further, so we had to leave again. And again, feather beds. Oh, I forgot, a little portable sewing machine traveled with us.
How many times did you move?
1, 2, 3 times.
3 times.
But always with the feather beds and sewing machine.
And always to escape where the German line was. And what happened after the 3rd time you moved?
Well, then we settled down and stayed in a city where my brother and I attended schools till 1945.
Okay. Now, tell me a little bit about what changed, besides that you had to leave and keep setting up new households, but what changed for you during the occupation years? How was life different for anyone, but especially for you?
It was a change for everybody, because you never knew what's going to happen next day. Like every morning when Father left, we were not sure that he will return in the evening.
And he still worked for the government?
Yes. And one evening he didn't return. And my brother's classmate's father, he was in the SA. And my mother and I went there crying. And he was in prison, but this father of my brother's classmate took him out of it. So he came home.
Took him out
of the prison.
Of the prison. How did he get him out?
Well, he had the power.
And were you...
What is SA, Father? Sturmabteilung. And they were powerful. So...
And he was jailed because... Was there a charge?
They didn't have to be a charge, but we know about it because there was a train with Jewish prisoners going through the city, and he knew about it, and they were in these cattle wagons open, and he threw some food there, and this was a big crime because you have the Jews.
Did you see the transports yourself?
I never did.
You never saw?
No.
Were there, I mean, I think I always asked myself, were there rumors, were people talking about some of Hitler's atrocities at the time?
They didn't have to talk about it, we saw it. Because you have to excuse my speech. I had a stroke and it is sometimes... Anyway, a student in the school, he graduated already, and when Hitler came, he escaped to England. And he joined the English Air Force. And his name was Kovacic. And he was beautiful. We were we were taken with him, but he was so much older. And he came down, parachuted, and he was caught. And his former fiancée, her parents, his brother, who was a medical doctor in Zlin, and his pregnant wife was shot. They were shot. And this was not a rumor. It was publicized. And one day, somebody, I don't know who or what, how did it happen? The Gestapo came and they said somebody supplied the underground workers, the paratroopers, with food and medication, and if you don't say who it was, every 10th will be shot. Well, next morning, one of my classmates didn't come. He was shot. Because he confessed himself that he did it to save the school. You know, I hate to say that, but I have to say it. This country is not without fault, but in all the countries I ever lived, never had I have so much freedom like I have here, and I always appreciate it.